sent for thee, holy friar, but 'twas not with the drunken hope, which is but agony of desire, to shun the fate with which to cope. Is more than crime may dare to dream, that I have called thee at this hour. Such, Father, is not my theme, nor am I mad to deem that power of earth may shrive me of the sin unearthly pride hath reveled in. I would not call thee fool, old man, but hope is not a gift of thine. If I can hope, oh God, I can. It falls from an eternal shrine. The gay wall of this gaudy tower grows dim around me, death is near. I had not thought until this hour, when passing from the earth that year, of any were it not the shade of one whom in life I made all mystery but a simple name. I know the secret of a spirit bowed down in sorrow and in shame. Shame, saidst thou. I did inherit the hated portion with the fame, the worldly glory which has shone a demon light around my throne, scorching my seared heart with a pain not hell shall make me fear again. I have not always been as now, the fever diadem on my brow I claimed in one usurpingly eye. The same heritage hath given Rome to the Caesar, this to me the heirdom of a kingly mind and a proud spirit which hath striven triumphantly with humankind. Mountain air I first drew life, the mists of the tag lay of shed nightly their dews on my young head, and my brain drank their venom then, when after day of perilous strife with Camus I would seize his den, and slumber in my pride of power, the infant monarch of the hour. For with the mountain dew by night, my soul imbibed unhallowed feeling, and I would feel its essence stealing in dreams upon me, while the light flashing from cloud that hovered o'er what seemed to my half-closing eye, the pageantry of monarchy and the deep thunder's echoing roar came hurriedly upon me, telling of war and tumult, where my voice, my own voice, silly child, was swelling. Oh, how would my wild heart rejoice and leap within me at the cry, the battle cry of victory. The rain came down upon my head, but barely sheltered, and the wind passed quickly o'er me, but my mind was maddening, for 'twas man that shed laurels upon me, and the rush, the torrent of the chilly air, gurgled in my pleased ear, the crush of empires with the captive's prayer, the hum of suitors, the mixed tone of flattery round a sovereign's throne. The storm had ceased and I awoke, its spirit cradled me to sleep, and as it passed me by there broke strange light upon me, though it were my soul in mystery to steep. For I was not as I had been, the child of nature without care or thought save of the passing scene. My passions from that hapless hour usurped a tyranny which men have deemed since I have reached a power. My innate nature be it so, but Father, there lived one who then in my boyhood, when their fire burned with the still intenser glow. For passion must with youth expire. Even then who deemed this iron heart in woman's weakness had a part. I have no words at last to tell the loveliness of loving well, nor would I dare attempt to trace the breathing beauty of a face which even to my impassioned mind till ye have felt the earth reel and the vision gone. And I have held to memories one object and but one, until its very form hath passed me by, but left its influence with me still. 'Tis not to thee that I should name, thou canst not, wouldst not dare to think. The magic empire of a flame, which even upon this perilous brink affixed my soul, though unforgiven by what it lost for passion heaven. I loved, and oh how tenderly, yes, she was worthy of all love, such as in infancy was mine, though then its passion could not be. 'Twas such as angel minds above my envy, her young heart the shrine on which my every hope and thought were incense, then a goodly gift, for they were childish without sin, pure as her young examples taught. Why did I leave it and adrift true to the ignal star within? We grew in age and love together, roaming the forest and the wild, my breast her shield in wintry weather, and when the friendly sunshine smiled and she would mark the opening skies, I saw no heaven but in her eyes. Even childhood knows the human heart, for when in sunshine and in smiles, from all our little cares apart, laughing at her half silly wiles, I'd throw me on her throbbing breast and pour my spirit out in tears. She'd look up in my wilded eye, there was no need to speak the rest, no need to quiet her kind fears. She did not ask the reason why. The hallowed memory of those years comes o'er me in these lonely hours, and with sweet loveliness appears as perfume of strange summer flowers, of flowers which we have known before in infancy, which seem recall to mind not flowers alone but more our earthly life and love and all. Yes, she was worthy of all love, and such as from the cursed time my spirit with the tempest strove, when on the mountain peak alone ambition lent it a new tone, and bade it first to dream of crime, my frenzy to her bosom taught. We still were young, no purer thought dwelt in a seraph's breast and thine, for passionate love is still divine. I loved her as an angel might, with ray of the all-living light, which blazes upon Hades' shrine. It is not surely sin to name, with such as mine that mystic flame. I had no being but in thee, the world with all its train of bright and happy beauty but in thee, the world with all its train of bright and happy beauty, for to me oh was an undefined delight. The world its joy, its share of pain, which I felt not, its bodied forms, a varied being which contain the bodiless spirits of the storms, the sunshine and the calm, the ideal and fleeting vanities of dreams, fearfully beautiful, the real. Nothing's of midday waking life, of an enchanted life which seems, now as I look back, the strife of some ill demon with the power which left me in an evil hour. All that I felt or saw or thought, crowding, confused became with thine unearthly beauty fraught. Thou and the nothing of a name, the passion spirit which have known and deeply felt the silent tone of its own self-supremacy. I speak thus openly to thee, 'twere folly now to veil find pride, the ruler of its will. Yes, I was proud, and ye who know the magic of that meaning word so oft perverted will bestow your scorn. Perhaps when ye have heard that the proud spirit had been broken, the proud heart burst in agony at one upbraiding word or token of her that heart's idolatry. I was ambitious, have you known its fiery passion? Ye have not. A cottager I marked a throne of half the world as all my own, and murmured at such lowly lot. But it had passed me as a dream, which of light step flies with the dew. That kindling thought did not the beam of beauty which did guide it through the livelong summer day oppress my mind with double loveliness. We walked together on the crown of a high mountain which looked down afar from its proud natural towers of rock and forest on the hills, the dwindled hills whence amid bowers her own fair hand had reared around, shoutingly 1,000 rills which as it were in fairy bound embraced two hamlets, those our own. Peacefully happy yet alone, I spoke to her of power and pride, but mystically in such guise that she might deem it not decide the moment's converse. In her eyes I read, perhaps too carelessly, a mingled feeling with my own. The flesh on her bright cheek to me seemed to become a queenly throne, too well that I should let it be a light in the dark while alone. There in that hour a thought came o'er my mind it had not known before, to leave her while we both were young, to follow my high fate among the strife of nations and redeem the idle words which as a dream now sounded to her heedless ear. I held no doubt, I knew no fear of peril in my wild career, to gain an empire and throw down as nuptial dowry a queen's crown, the only feeling which possessed with her own image my fond breast. Who that had known the secret thought of a young peasant's bosom then, had deemed him in compassion odd, but one whom fantasy had led astray from reason among men. Ambition is chained down nor fed, as in the desert where the grand, the wild, the beautiful conspire with their own breath to fan its fire. Who thought such feeling can command, unchecked by sarcasm and scorn of those who hardly will conceive that any should become great born in their own sphere, will not believe that they shall stoop in life to one whom daily they are wont to see familiarly, who fortune's sun hath ne'er shone dazzlingly upon lowly and of their own degree. I picture to my fancy's eye her silent deep astonishment when a few fleeting years gone by. For short the time my high hope lent to its most desperate intent, she might recall in him whom fame had gilded with a conqueror's name, with glory such as might inspire perforce a passing thought of one whom she had deemed in his own fire withered and blasted, who had gone a traitor, violate of the truth, so blighted in his early youth. Her own Alexis, who should plight the love he plighted then again, and raise his infancy's delight, the bride I went from out the matted bough and hurried madly on my way, and felt with every flying hour that bore me from my homeward gay there is of earth an agony, which ideal still may be the worst still of mortality. 'Tis bliss in its own reality, too real to his breast, who lives not within himself, but gives a portion of his willing soul to God and to the great whole. To him whose loving spirit will dwell with nature in her wild paths, tell of her wondrous ways in telling, bless her overpowering loveliness. A more than agony to him whose failing sight will grow dim with its own living gaze upon that loveliness around the sun, the blue sky, the misty light of the pale cloud therein, whose hue is grace to its heavenly bed of blue, dim though looking on all bright. Oh God, when the thoughts that may not pass will burst upon him, and alas, for the flight on earth to fancy given, there are no words unless of heaven. Look round thee now on Samarkand, is she not queen of earth, her pride? Above all cities in her hand, their destinies with all beside of glory which the world have known. Stands she not proudly and alone, and who her sovereign timber he, whom the astonished earth hath seen with victory on victory, redoubling age and more, I ween. The zing he's yet re-echoing fame, and now what has he, what a name. The sound of revelry by night comes Homer with the mingled voice of many, with a breast as light as if 'twere not the dying hour of one in whom they did rejoice, as in a leader haply power its venom secretly imports. Nothing have I with human hearts. When fortune marked me for her own, and my proud hopes had reached a throne, it boots me not, good friar, to tell a tale the world but knows too well, how by what hidden deeds of mine I clambered to the tottering height. I still was young and well, I ween, my spirit what it e'er had been. My eyes were still on pomp and power, my wildered heart was far away in valleys of the world tag lay. In mine own not as matted bough I dwelled not long in Samarkand, ere in a peasant's lowly guise I sought my long abandoned land. By sunset did its mountains rise in dusky grandeur to my eyes, but as I wandered on the way, my heart sunk with the sun's ray. To him who still would gaze upon the glory of the summer sun, there comes when that sun will from him part a sullen hopelessness of heart. That soul will hate the evening mist, so often lovely, and will list to the sound of the coming darkness known to those whose spirits hearken as one who in a dream of night would fly, but cannot from a danger nigh. What though the moon, the silvery moon, shine on his path in her high noon? Her smile